Tonight, we are venturing to a haunted former prison where death and rioting have occurred in the past. It's a less investigated venue, which is exciting, but the reports of disembodied footsteps, shadow figures, and some people being too scared to enter certain spaces has me on edge. Welcome to Ashwell Prison.
Crypt Keepers, tonight we have a very special episode for you because we have a very cool prison. This place is allegedly very, very haunted, but it is unique in that it is not as old as a lot of the other jails that we have investigated in the past. We also have some good friends of ours joining us, the Ouija Brothers, which, oh my god, I'm really, really looking forward to this, to investigate with these guys. It's a dream come true, and I think it's just going to add to the night.
Guys, I'm not sure if we're at a prison or an abandoned set for The Walking Dead. It literally feels like that. We're at a prison, it's got some ghost stories, but there are a few bunged up cars lying around. I think what's really interesting about this one is the prison itself is quite young, but what's not well known about it is that it was actually built on what was formerly a World War II army base. Who knows what spirits could still linger here, whether it be from the prison or from the base.
I've also heard some stories from other friends who have been here, which I'll tell you about during this episode. It's making me a little bit on edge, a little bit scared for what I've heard has happened here in the past. So I think it's going to be a fun one, so stay tuned.
This former prison may just be one of the most haunted places in England. Ashwell first opened as a prison in 1955, but was closed by 2011. During this time, the site had seen death and violent rioting, but could its relatively short operational life, in comparison to many other prisons we have investigated in the past, have left hauntings behind? Or could the area's previous history with the military be responsible for ghostly occurrences?
The history of Ashwell as a prison prior to that, it was a World War II camp called Langham Camp. The only information I can find regarding Langham Camp is that the 82nd Airborne stopped here on the way to Normandy. So they landed at Larne, travelled down, spent the night, I believe, at Langham Camp, and then travelled on to Normandy. That's the only bit I can find as a World War II base history. Following that, in 1955, it was made a Category D prison. Went through its period there as a Cat D, and then became Category C prison in 1987, until its closure after the riot in 2009. They recorded deaths as part of the safe custody system, but that was only introduced in the late 70s, I believe, early 80s. So they only started actually recording deaths from that point within prisons. They were done from then up until obviously its closure, and I'm led to believe there was 11. I think it's a mixture of things, some say 14, some say 11 from the records that we have. I know people that know of at least 3 that happened here, because they were working here when we used to work with them. They know of at least 3 that took place within the establishment.
Today, the prison has been repurposed as an airsoft event space where players can be immersed inside an urban environment, but there has also been many paranormal reports to occur within the space.
So there's a mixture of things. As I've said, I'm very, very much a skeptic. I don't believe in anything. However, there are things that I've experienced I can't explain, and by God have I tried. There's various things. There has been smells. There has been people felt as my customers have felt as though they've been pushed out of cells. I've had people appear to cross a doorway that looks like a silhouette crossing a doorway. That was caught on film by a company that were coming to do a pilot and showed me the footage, and I've tried to explain that and I can't. My wife personally, she will not go in one of the buildings alone. She hasn't been in one of the buildings, G-Wing, for probably 5-6 years. She won't go in on her own. She does not feel comfortable in G-Wing at all. She's experienced things inside, she's experienced things outside, from people looking through windows, from smells inside it, both of which have been later corroborated by paranormal companies experiencing the same thing in the same location. They hear a lot of footsteps. Oddly enough, F-Wing, which is the middle building, gets a lot of reports of children on it. They get a lot of groups say there's children on F-Wing in the middle building. Lots of boxes moving. We get a lot of BBs on the floor, so there's lots of people saying that BBs are thrown at people and things like that, but whether that's somebody kicking them or not, I don't know. Even my marshals, when and this is going away from paranormal groups, my marshals will go in and set games up during the day, and there'll be nobody on site, because it'll be during a break, no players are on site, they'll be walking around the ground floor and they'll hear what they think are footsteps upstairs. There's nobody there. A lot of these speech recorders and voice recorders get sounds on that people bring, that people say they've heard voices on.
Tonight, we will have the opportunity to investigate 3 different buildings. We will venture to G-Wing, where many fear to spend time alone. We will head to F-Wing, where some have claimed objects have moved and child spirits appear. And we will also explore E-Wing, where noises and unexplainable movement is common. But tonight, we start with G-Wing, where most of the site's paranormal experiences have arisen from.
G-Wing was the lifer wing, so G-Wing held lifers when it was a prison. If you go back as far as 87, I'm fairly sure it was a lifer wing even back then, so it held lifers for quite a long time. If you were into life in the UK in that period, you were either a murderer or a sex offender. We didn't have life for anybody other than that, really. The most violent didn't get lives off until later. Probably been open about 2 years, 3 years. And he was part of a group of 6 players. Airsoft is a military style game, similar to paintball, uses airsoft guns, BB guns. And they breached into the corridor, for want of a word, and they'd seen a silhouette cross the corridor, go from room to room. And all 6 are adamant that they'd seen this silhouette cross. They went, he's in there, we've seen him go in. They cleared the corridor, going down it, checking all the rooms. They got to the room, threw what we call a grenade in. It's a blank firing grenade in. All breached into the room. There was nobody in it. And he was very spooked by it. He felt very uneasy in the building still. But I have a lot of players that find it very uncomfortable in there. It is dark, even during the day, because we've blacked out the windows. So it can feel a bit oppressive. Some of the customers do find it quite eerie in that building. One that's sort of always been something that's been unknown, and it seems weird that it took place, and again, it's the top end of G-Wing. There was a young lad come on a Wednesday night, and he came with his uncle, and I was sat on a stairwell, and this young lad, he was probably 14, 15. He'd been hit, and we do what we call respawn. So he basically got hit, went downstairs, came back in and carried on. He went through the door on the way back in, and as you imagine, a door opens and it slowly closes because it's on a retainer. The door hadn't even shut, and he pushed out the door, came out white as a sheet and quite shaken. And I was like, "You're all right?" And he was like, yeah, I just need to get out, I need to get out. So I was like, okay. And he came out in tears, started to cry, got very uncomfortable. So I called his uncle as quick as I could, got his uncle down to him, and he ended up going home. It was literally seconds from him walking through, experienced or seeing whatever he'd seen, and then coming straight back out. But whatever it was spooked him so much that he had to leave. And he was literally white as a sheet. And even his uncle couldn't get out of him what he'd said. He just sort of felt very uneasy when he went in apparently.
Tonight, we will take on Ashwell Prison to test paranormal theories and attempt to document activity for ourselves. But we couldn't do such a large, intimidating location alone, so we invited our good friends the Ouija Brothers to join us. If you don't already, definitely make sure to subscribe to these guys and check out their own video from Ashwell Prison. But if you're ready to begin the investigation with Jared and I inside G-Wing, hit like, subscribe, and let's jump into it.
Crypt Keepers, time to start off our night. GhostTube walkthrough. We are going through what's claimed by many to be the most active building here, G Block.
I'm more worried about this door. I mean, it doesn't even have a handle. It's not even a full door.
Maybe that's easier access. And we're rolling.
Let's do this. So this is G-Ring, what? G-Ring?
G-Ring.
G-Wing, right? G-Wing.
Jared, close the door behind you. Where are your manners?
How? It doesn't even have a handle though.
There you go.
Did you see that?
Yeah? What the frick?
There was a massive spider there, and I'm not talking no daddy long legs. I mean like venomous Aussie looking spider.
Says the Australian.
I didn't know England had spiders like that. F***ing hell, I'm not walking through that door again.
This is the G building. This is where the most, I guess, the violent of the criminals were kept. Murderers and sex offenders, essentially. People here for life.
Considering that's the case, it doesn't seem heaps high security. I mean, this is just like a wooden door. You know what I mean? Like, where's the bars and that? Is that, I don't know.
It does look different to a lot of prisons that we've been to. This is like dormitory kind of looking stuff.
You know what though? This is a younger...
Have we met?
No. My name's Jared, this is Amy. We haven't met before. Do we remind you of someone? Who are we speaking with? I was going to say, because it's a younger prison, maybe minimum conditions for human rights have improved, so it might look maybe a bit nicer than some of the older prisons we've been to. My theory, I don't actually know.
Maybe as we go through as well. I thought I heard something behind you. John. You just asked who it was. John.
I did. I asked whose name it is. John.
Okay, John, this is Jared and I'm Amy. Who were you talking to?
We're talking to us.
I know, but like, Jared or me? Who do you believe that you've met? That's a good start. That shows intelligence, at least, I think. Okay, John, you can follow us. I know a lot of people have sighted inmates in here, and we would love to see you tonight, John. I would love to see you as a full man, as a shadow, whatever you can do. Maybe you can touch one of us.
Can I just look in one of these rooms? Oh, whoever was in this cell drank a lot of Diet Coke and snacks.
God.
God.
You religious then? We're now heading upstairs to where many have sighted a face in a window. Murdered. Is this John we're still talking to or someone else? Oh, here.
Watching you.
Watching you. Really interesting responses. Watching you. If you can see me, can you tell me what I look like? Who was murdered? Is that something you did to be put here? Or did something bad happen here?
My hopes and dreams. It's weird. Oswald. Someone's written on all these.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Oh, didn't know he stayed here.
So this is also used as an airsoft rifle range. So I guess it's kind of like paintball in a way that you shoot these little pellets at each other, I guess. But it's like full on like military style. And they have thin figures up here. And not just like one person sighting this thing, 6 people playing airsoft have sighted something that looks like someone going into a cell.
What did it say?
Female.
You asked to describe what I look like to you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got full body chills and it's hot. I literally only put this little cardigan on because it's like mosquitoes.
That is pretty cool, actually. I think the last thing you asked before you started yibby-yabbering about the rooms was, can you tell me, if you can see me, can you tell me what I look like? I mean, it's a very vague description, but it's a description nonetheless. That's pretty cool.
If you can see me, can you tell me what I look like? Something that looks like someone going... Okay, so you can see me and you know what I look like, and maybe it's John who maybe was murdered. This is crazy. I know I'm asking a lot, but could you move a door or make a noise for us, please?
What window was it from the left that had the person in it?
Third from the top.
1, 2, 3. There's windows on both sides, but then ones are boarded up. Oh, it's the Jared Leto room.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
The company came, I think it was a paranormal group, came and they came in saying that they'd seen somebody looking out of one of the windows at the top end of G-Wing. They were quite spooked by it, to be fair. They'd sent somebody up, there was nobody there, but they'd seen a silhouette in the window looking out the window. And I always go home and my wife always says, oh, what did you experience? And it was about 2 weeks later. The only thing I can remember they said was they'd seen somebody looking out the window. And she then proceeded to say, was it on G-Wing? Yes, it was at the top end. And she said, was it the third window along upstairs? I was like, how do you know it was the third window along? And she says, she was walking the dogs up probably 2-3 months prior and had seen what she thought was somebody looking out the window at her in exactly the same window. We've been up since, can't see anything that even resembles looking at a silhouette that you could mistake for it. Yeah, 2 people saying the same thing. My wife experienced it.
There's actually someone's pants in here.
Ooh.
What?
I'm getting all cold on my side. Are you around me?
Heard a noise back there.
Can you make a louder noise, please?
So I've done my best to count the windows, but I'm pretty sure this would make this one the third window, maybe? Because on the other side of the building, it's boarded up.
I thought it was the other side, though.
Oh, no, it's not boarded up. My bad.
Yeah, I
might
think it's actually this side.
Oh, my bad. So it might be this room here, yeah. Anyway, pretty creepy though. Someone's seen someone in the window while they were outside looking out. Did they say it was a woman or a male?
I'm not sure. I'm getting all cold again, just down the side of my leg. Like really cold, and it's hot as balls in here.
Let me feel it.
Lower, yeah.
Oh, how about here? Weird, I'm not feeling anything there. Actually, you like, if the air feels warm, but your leg feels cold.
It's right on my leg.
Oh, that's weird.
You trying to touch me? Can you move this door? It's going down my leg.
Are you sure you're not painting yourself?
It's cold. It's ice cold. It's like my pants are really cold.
I guess pee would be warm, wouldn't it? It definitely, like, it does, your leg feels colder than the air.
My leg is cold.
I wouldn't say it's freezing, but it feels colder.
When you touch me, it's warm because your hand, but it's freaking cold. Like, I'm just gonna stand out here for a sec. And it's by no means, been a warm day today, and these old buildings just hold the heat here.
So much so, I'm even investigating a t-shirt, which I almost never do, so.
Right. I don't feel like heaps creeped out though, which is weird. I should. I should definitely be scared right now.
Well, yeah, the people that were kept here were not necessarily pleasant.
I know. I'm like, why don't I feel that scared though? Is this the end of the building?
Oh, what? There's a whole
nother wing, Jared. I don't think that's the third window.
Oh, we were in the wrong area then. Whoops.
Jared.
So let's count the windows. So let's do this again. Window 1, window 2, window 3. Third time's a charm. Okay, this is the one now.
Hello, is there anyone in here?
Ooh. Someone's left their mobile number here.
Let's not film that.
No. So sorry, made a mistake. The other window was not the window. This is the window.
So this is where people outside of the building have looked up and saw a face staring out at them. Not just one person or one group, it's like happened more than once. But this is the window. I mean, there's nothing in here which should look like a face. If I looked up here, there's some condensation right now, I guess, but to look like a face looking down. Is someone still here?
Suffocate.
Suffocate?
Suffocate.
Is that like what happened to you?
Or is it a threat maybe? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't want that. Just gonna leave that little cell now. Anyone else up here? Can you make a noise? Just to show us that you're here and you want to talk, to communicate. That's why we're here tonight, for you, just to talk. These little pellet things must freaking go. Look at all the dents here. They must hurt.
I'm sure they do. I've done paintball before and that hurts. So, I mean, these are like solid, so. Uh-oh. There's no handle on the door.
Oh, look up.
Up.
I thought we were trapped then.
Because these are heavy, some of these doors are heavy, as you just heard.
You know what? Walking out there into here felt really creepy then. Like, I think that was just me or you. Little BB pellet just rolled across the floor. But when we walked back in here, this felt creepy to me, which usually I feel like I'm pretty good at picking up on vibes that are, yeah, there's vibes in this area to me.
I do feel like the string of words we've got so far have been pretty interesting. I feel like they've all sort of been relevant and one of them at least answered your question direct. So that's pretty cool.
I feel like my leg is getting cold as well.
Like still, again?
Down here, down here. That right there. Cat?
Maybe a cat's rubbing against your leg.
Literally, yeah, it's like much further down my leg.
I wonder if there are allowed pets here.
We found cats at another prison. Actually, I'm just gonna say, like, my leg feels weird. I don't know.
This was all pretty weird. I had been feeling a coldness pressing against my leg for some time, which strangely I remark I am not scared of at all, only for the response of cat to come through GhostTube. I'm not sure of any ghost cat reports in the prison, but we would later gather some more evidence in this exact place that would indicate one could be around.
Can I touch this? I feel like can I touch this button?
Sure, just do it. Whew. All right, you're gonna follow us. Come follow us. I need you to do something big for me tonight. It is a bit of a maze in here, guys, because of the airsoft stuff.
Yeah.
This is a legit maze. Yeah, okay. Can't go this way. I think we're lost. Kill house?
What the
You want to go in the kill house, Jared?
Not particularly.
Oh, creepy.
I want to talk.
Okay.
Hello?
Well, come into the kill house with us and we'll talk. What's with this lady?
She looks a bit like Yvette Fielding.
I was going to say the same thing. This would be fun to like come and play little shooty games in, right?
I don't know, I feel like it'd be too close range for me. I mean, I wouldn't want to get shot up too close. It's like a maze, literally, you can get lost in here. More corridors.
All right, you said you want to talk.
Maybe you can lead us the way and tell us where we're going?
Please leave.
Oh,
Please leave.
yeah. I thought we wanted to talk.
I thought we were welcomed here. We're getting good responses in the other part of the building.
We did just enter a new area though, like crossing this threshold. Why should we not be here?
Like literally you could get lost here, like it's just a maze.
I mean, that's the purpose. So these all used to be cells. They've been like knocked out completely though, for the purpose of what they use the jail for now, the airsoft. So many toilets. Always good for the episode.
Check, who's got your AmysCrypt bingo card?
Is that our way out?
Doesn't look like it, looks like another dead end to me.
We spent quite a bit of time trying to get out of this maze to move on to our next building, F-Wing, and eventually we would prevail and escape.
Okay, here we go, second building for the night. This is the F building. GhostTube roll. I think we just need to go straight up, no?
Yeah, head upstairs.
Ooh. I'm just gonna walk into a cell. These look and feel different to the other building for sure, huh? This feels more traditional jail.
Well actually this also has a shower, these have showers, these ones. So they got an ensuite.
Yeah, better than our hotel room, Jared.
It's definitely bigger. Hotel rooms in the UK are actually, well, a lot of the ones we've been staying at are quite small.
Okay. That a squeak then? Was that us? Can I just walk here? I'm gonna walk back in. I'm walking out because I definitely heard a squeak then.
Yeah, I didn't hear it that time. And a lot of these doors are like, they're welded open.
They're
Obviously,
stuck.
for the BB guns, they're there for like, you know, so they're like, they don't close. That's not closed.
I don't know what that was then. Okay. Now I have heard that there have been children picked up here. So if there are any children around, my name is Amy, this is Jared, and I would love to talk to you. I would love to know why you're here. Why would you be here in a prison? That was an old World War II camp.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me is why would there be children here? I know it wasn't always a prison, but even at the World War II base, why would there be children, you know? Oh, these look more silly. Look at this. They've got like the windows to peer through.
All blurry.
What is that?
They're windows. That's what I'm talking about. The windows, they open and close.
This thing that I'm holding here, this is a way that you can talk to us. I'll put it on the floor here. There is something with magnetism right here.
If you tap it, it can calibrate.
Yeah, tap the magnetometer, it'll calibrate. So that'll be its new normal now. But there's definitely something there. I mean, maybe being next to this.
Maybe 24 volts. Might have something to do with it.
Maybe. Just walk up to that device. Maybe you can use your energy to manipulate it.
You know what I smell here?
What?
I know that smells are a thing here. And, you know, Justin was saying in the interview, people smell cologne or whatever. That's not what I'm smelling. I'm actually smelling like diesel fumes right here. Diesel fumes. Tell me if you smell that.
I'm not smelling anything, no.
Stand right here, like a tractor.
No, I can't.
Hope that's not medical, because I'm smelling like tractor fumes right here.
Can you move something, make a noise for us?
I feel like this building's a lot quieter than G-Wing. I feel like when we went into G-Wing, I was like, Ghost was like boom, 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 boom. You felt cold. We had like lots happening. This building's been a lot quieter.
This one feels still to me. I mean, we had the one response on GhostTube, but there was a really like some interference there, which I don't believe to be paranormal. So I feel like maybe as I passed through that area, maybe it just fluctuated and triggered the response, you know?
Yeah, definitely a different vibe in here.
We now made our way down to the bottom floor of the F building to see if we could get any more responses down there. And this is the bottom floor. Very similar to the top down here.
Yeah, it looks the same. It's even got the same like maintenance rooms, which I think may have been the cause of the interference, by the way.
What was that?
That was just, there's all these BB gun pellets on the floor and I keep kicking them.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, I almost fell over.
You're a idiot. Just knocked off my light.
Really? I almost fell into this.
No,
Don't be like that. You
I'm
are
not.
such an art suck without
I'm
a
not.
camera.
No, you're not putting.
To your left. Okay.
We'll follow where it's saying then. That's it. What?
Someone just pulled my hair.
What are you talking about?
Start. Something just pulled my hair. I don't know. It felt like it pulled down, like maybe only like one strand of it got pulled though. So I don't know if it was like caught in my zipper or something like that, but something just pulled my hair.
Here, I had felt like someone had pulled down on my hair, yet unfortunately, this was just off camera, though it was followed soon after by a GhostTube response, so perhaps there was someone in that cell.
Okay, someone wants to play in here. I didn't know that will be on camera because it was on here and you wouldn't have been facing me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think it was framed properly. Something told us to come in here though. There's a little poster in here of. Oh, it's the woman that looks like Yvette Fielding again.
Cool.
Who is that person?
Alright, is there someone here to my left?
We now decided to move over to another building known as E-Wing.
Last building for the night, guys. I think this one is E.
Unlike other prisons, this one doesn't have like letters.
GhostTube is rolling and we are heading in. That door sounds painful. I have, though, just located an item of interest, the coffin.
I have a coffin. It has had a body in it. Friend is an undertaker, contacted me one day and said, do you want a coffin? I was like, I can say no to a coffin if I get offered one. So I was like, yeah, I'll have one. I can always use it for something or whatever. He said, you can have it as long as the body hadn't leaked. Basically, the story is if somebody dies outside the country, if they're shipped back to the UK, they have to decant the body out of that coffin. It can't be disposed of. It can't be buried in that coffin in the UK. So they have to go into a different one. And that coffin is either used, destroyed, used as a prop, or if the body hasn't leaked and there's no contaminants, or just burnt and destroyed. And I just managed to get hold of one. I know the person that was in it, bless her. It was a lady. It smells a little bit of formaldehyde, but it's on E-Wing ground floor.
If there's somebody around, I don't know if you're attached to this coffin. It's not said to have an attachment, but if you can give me a name, I'll be able to verify who you are.
Apparently no paranormal team yet has been able to identify.
Oh,
Liar?
liar.
No, I'm not lying.
No, I feel
According
like
to Justin, I'm not lying. Justin said no paranormal team has been able to uncover correctly the name of the person that was in this coffin.
I feel like maybe Liar was like, those people don't know who it is, liars.
What if Justin was actually is a trick question and nobody was ever in the coffin?
Doorway.
This doorway?
I don't know.
I like it when we get directing like words, like telling us where to go, because we rarely get that. FYI guys, if you hear that noise, it's just the BB gun pellets. This place is used as a BB gun sort of thing now, so that's just me.
This actually is kind of a cool area because we did just spend some time in here with the Ouija Brothers. That is going to be on their episode though, so definitely make sure to go and check those guys out, support them, they're really cool. We did get them to do a circle of doom.
You said you could hear voices, but
I did hear a few things that sounded like voices. Griff Footy heard whistle, but you'll have to check out their video for all of that. They did spend some time in here alone and they were hearing some noises. But what's interesting is a huge part of the reason we actually came to Ashwell Prison is because Alison and Cag from Adelaide's Haunted Horizon, shout out ladies, love you guys. They told us to come here because in this very building, they had a rather vivid experience, so much so that they thought that Justin, the caretaker, was inside the building with them. They were adamant there was somebody else in the building with them.
When they came, there was only two of them, so I gave them a radio just in case anything happened and they could always get hold of me. And it was probably around about 11:30, midnight, and they came in and I was chatting away to them and they said, "Oh, we nearly just contacted you." I said, "Oh, everything all right?" They went, "Well, we heard somebody walking around on the ground floor of Ewing, and we weren't sure if somebody'd come in or if there was anybody on site or it was you coming in to do something." So we were actually thinking, do we contact him and find if he's here? And they literally came down, walked around, and were quite spooked about the fact that they definitely, what they were of the opinion, 100% there was somebody walking around on the ground floor underneath them as they were upstairs on Ewing, and they were adamant that that happened. But that is obviously also where my coffin is, so who knows.
So if there is somebody in here and you can hear my voice, my name is Amy, this is Jared, and we would love to interact with whoever's here. I would love to hear your footsteps, hear your voice. Maybe you can come up close to my hand and talk to us. I feel like interestingly as well, like all these noises, maybe they could be residual. I mean, I don't know.
I just want to say, we walked past the room earlier and I thought I saw medical equipment. I'm not sure if this was a medical area, but there's like, yeah, this thing here.
Is it for cleaning? Just cleaning?
Maybe. Oh, there's a whole wing in here.
Sorry. Sorry, spirits. Maybe.
Do shut this door.
Well, I did. Maybe you can make a noise like that for us. Can we look in one of these cells?
Yeah, these cells look more celly.
They look different again, hey. This is actually the newest part of the prison.
Gate.
Gate? The gate is here. I see you, gate.
Talking about this thing?
I would say this is the gate. Are you here?
Didn't we get I see you in G-Wing as well, or I'm watching you or something?
I feel like, yeah, someone following us. As I was saying, this is like the newest part of the prison as well, this building. We're now heading upstairs to check out the upper floors of the building. I am the prison officer on tonight. My name is Amy, and I give all of the prisoners here permission to leave their cells. Can you come out here and follow my voice?
E5. Oh, they're games. It is E-building.
Smells like vinegar in here. No?
Yeah. Yeah, I can smell that. Vinegar.
Let's just check one of these cells.
Oh, look. It's like a shower, but the shower has a window too. Let me go see if I can see in. Oh, that's weird.
You can? No.
Yeah, well, I can't open it because it's locked, but that's a peephole into the shower.
I guess that's a safety thing, right?
Maybe.
Can you give me a sign if there's anyone around? I just want to talk. Someone asked us to go to the gate earlier. They said that they could see us. Are you still around?
That just came from cell 13. No way.
Okay, well, we're
Fuck that.
in. Just make a noise in here.
Oh shit! Light's gone out.
Can you hurry up so I'm
trying.
not standing in cell 13
My
in
light
the
has just
dark?
gone out. It's not turning.
Flames? What does flames mean?
Oh, there's bottled water in here. Oh, this one's shower window's open, by the way.
We spent quite a bit more time in this area, yet received no further response. Though we would return to this cell later in the night, as the noise we had captured in cell 13 was interesting, but also being paired with the response of flames, which could well be relevant, given that a riot occurred within the prison in 2009, where a large fire did break out. Something we weren't aware of in this moment. But at this stage in the night, we decided to meet up with Steve and Griff of the Ouija Brothers to investigate. First, we filmed an entire segment for their video, which you can watch now on their channel, but then we also filmed a session for this video within G-Wing, where we'd had most of our responses to date. This saw us set Griff up in the sensory-deprived virtual environment that GhostTube Lens provides to digitally scry, while GhostTube Seer could produce imagery based off of environmental readings interpreted by AI. If you're interested in trying GhostTube Lens for yourself, there are some links below. Additionally, Griff would also wear lucid headphones, which basically amplify noise in the surroundings to hypothetically hear EVPs live in the moment.
My name is Amy and I'm here with Jared, Steve, and we have Griff down the end of the hallway, and we would love to talk to John or anybody else who was here tonight earlier. So if you could walk up to any of these lights in the hallway or walk up to Griff, maybe you can interact with the device on his head currently. Maybe you can show us something. We want to see you. We want to know what you look like most of all.
I mean, it is his first time, our first time ever using it, so it is going to be a pretty interesting experiment.
So for me, I've got a picture.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You got a picture?
Yeah.
We just had a tripwire off as well.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
So I've got well, my interpretation of it is I've got someone hiding behind a column. It looks like we're in trees, and then there was a tornado at the bottom of the. It's changed now to smoke.
Okay.
Okay.
So the lights did go off again, didn't they, a second time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've had 2 EMF spikes. Maybe you can show us what this building looks like for you.
Griff's also got the lucid headphones on, so everything that he's hearing right now is amplified, and we're recording it as well. How'd they sound in Griff, all right?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Oh, it's triggered again.
Well, move towards me, touch me, or show me a picture. I've got a picture of someone.
What do they look like?
Horrible.
What is...
No, so I've got a blonde-haired lady with her hand on her chin, and she's got very dark eyes. And then she's next to a TV with another lady. So it looks like, to me, an image of herself, maybe. Or so is this what you look like? You look like a blonde-haired lady.
I want to know, so we had the name John come through, and we really felt like we had like sort of male-ish sort of words before. Yeah. I want to know what John looks like. Can we see John, please? What are you seeing now?
So I've got a headless mother.
Headless mother?
With a crying child, in what I can see. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Well, children have obviously been mentioned Let them heard here, aren't they?
Yeah, they've said it's weird because it's a jail, but it was built on a World War II army base as well.
Yeah.
So people don't actually know why children have
That
been
was
here.
horrible then.
What was it?
I just heard a
Oh,
on the headset.
Oh, okay.
This moment is curious, as Griff says he could hear something over our talking. There's clearly something there on the Lucid headphones audio that almost sounds breathy, but I'm not sure if this is what he was actually hearing. So I'll play the audio and let you be the judge.
yeah, that's it. It's weird because it's a jail. Yeah, that's it. It's weird because it's a jail. Yeah, that's it. It's weird because it's a jail.
I think we were actually rolling whilst we were sort of setting up. I heard this, and I think you heard it as well, Steve. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Like, I want to see a growl or something like heavy, like rolling on the floor. Or
Oh
something.
yeah, just before we hit record, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think we might have been rolling on
Okay.
this camera down here, so I'm interested to review that.
Yeah.
But
we did definitely hear that.
yeah, it was a weird sound.
Yeah.
Just as Griff remarks he had heard something, we also discuss a noise that we had heard earlier before beginning to reach out. This is something we captured on a camera I had left rolling.
Just show you a couple of things. So Griff, have you ever used one of these? What is that noise?
I had like a growl or
Was it
a
not me
rolling
walking?
on the floor.
Yeah. Just show you a couple of things. So Griff, have you ever used one of these? Just show you a couple of things. So Griff, have you ever used one of these? Just show you a couple of things. So Griff, have you ever used one of these?
Okay, if there's somebody here,
Shit. Did you hear that noise come from in there then?
yeah, I heard like a loud
In the
crack.
cell here.
Yeah, right in front of me was.
Can you come out into the hallway with us if you're in that next room over?
Can you show us who used to live in this cell?
This particular noise can best be heard on our far camera positioned down the hallway, but to us it seemed to originate from the room right to our side.
Okay, if there's somebody here. Okay, if there's somebody here. Okay, if there's somebody here. Does this go through?
Yeah, actually does that lead through.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've popped the wall out.
Yeah. Oh, I got spine tingles in here, actually. I don't...
Is that you, John? Touching Amy on the back.
Picture of a man.
Oh, you've got a
seeing
man? What's it look like?
He's got really dark eyes, brown hair. Just a standard looking man.
You know when you say dark eyes, is it like the entire eye is just totally blacked out, or?
Yeah, the eyes are blacked out. There's no colour.
We were asking about John.
John,
Just
I
now.
was just going to say, if this is John...
Looks like he's about to cry.
Aw. If this is John, can you come up
He's
to any of these lights in the hallway here? Any of them. If you can give us some kind of confirmation that you were just showing us yourself, because I know we've been asking for that.
We're not sure if this image could be relevant, but we do find it interesting, especially given our earlier response of John, who we had been calling on before it appeared. It would be interesting to know if other investigators have encountered someone like this or received this name, since I'm not aware of any named spirits that are said to haunt Ashwell. However, out of the 14 deaths that occurred within Ashwell Prison, I did find that there is record of a Jonathan having died whilst in custody there in 1992, so perhaps this was all relevant.
I feel a bit, this cell,
Or do you not feel comfortable?
yeah, you know when you can like feel on your back like hairs pricking up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling back here. Just not delightful. I don't know, does someone else want to stand in there and just see?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
just,
yeah, you go in.
Yeah, you go in.
You go in there.
Get in there, Steve.
Oh, cheers.
Get a bit of Ouija Brothers on the episode.
I don't know if it's just like me getting in my head behind me, but...
Right now, I'm feeling pretty good. But we did hear like a knock and a crack, like in this section, and these rooms do connect to each other. If you was affecting Amy a few moments ago, could you come behind me and do the same? I'm not afraid of you. We go all over the country searching for this kind of stuff.
They go all over the world.
I know. They put us to shame.
We do not.
Was that John who was behind Amy a few moments ago? Walk through me. Make a noise in this room. We have all these lights in the hall leading up to Griff.
Alright, so I've got another picture.
Ooh.
Someone laughing.
Oh.
Like a sloth type figure.
Sloth.
Like, do you know, to the Goonies?
What'd you say, Goonies?
You know the movie, The Goonies?
Yeah.
You know the sloth, he has the Superman top and his face is disfigured and he's got like a...
I don't know that.
Oh my, you don't know the
Hey, did you call yourself a Goonies fan?
I don't even know if I've seen the Goonies.
Oh my God.
Nah. No, I gotta watch it so I
when
know the sloth
honestly,
reference.
it's like an 80s classic. It's one of the best 80s family children films ever. Honestly, it's one of the best.
For anyone wondering and judging me for not having seen the Goonies, I have since righted this wrong and have now watched the movie and understand the sloth reference. Anyways, we spent quite a bit more time just hanging out and chatting and waiting for one last image to come through, when we finally got one that tied into an earlier response we had collected.
I've got a black cat.
A black cat.
We had a cat
we had the
earlier!
black cat come through and GhostTube earlier. You know what, the thing with cats, we've been to a few prisons and
Yes.
quite often they'll use cats to sneak in contraband and that. I don't know if that happened here.
Yeah.
But like cats and animals and inmates at prisons has been a thing at some of the other prisons we've been to.
Well, that's that then.
Awesome.
Obviously, Jared and I got quite excited to hear of this last image. We'd earlier had the responsive cat come through GhostTube when I had begun to feel a coldness moving down my leg. I'm not aware of any ghost cat stories linked to the jail specifically, but it was interesting to have the cat theme appear in responses multiple times. So again, I'd love to know if any other investigators have ever encountered anything like this here. But we now split up again to continue investigating, with Jared and I returning to E Block, in particular to cell 13, where we had earlier had an experience. And just as we were setting up, we began to smell a foul odour from within the cell.
I smell fish in here.
Fish.
Fish.
Gross.
Yeah.
It didn't smell earlier.
Something smells fishy in that corner.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway.
Smells like a rotting fish in there.
Here, before we began to investigate, Steve and Griff met back up with us as they wanted to gather some B-roll shots of cell 13, as unbeknownst to us, they had also independently heard a noise from within this very cell. To me, this only makes what we captured more compelling, as we had each had a similar experience in the same spot without either of us knowing about it. Additionally, we also got a confirmation that Griff could smell the foul odour we could too.
Oh, this is room 13 where we heard one too.
Did you?
Yeah, that's why we're setting up in here.
Yeah, that's the same.
Did you
It
really?
also smells like fish in there too. by the way.
It stinks in there. It smells different.
If you go in
Like
there,
in the back corner.
go in the back corner, it sort of smells like fish to me.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah, smell it?
Yeah.
Shit,
We
that's
didn't
weird.
smell it
This is where
earlier.
we had the knock.
Oh, we
should
had a
talk about
noise
that.
in here
That's
as
why we
well.
came back to this room, yeah. Room 13. Yeah.
Once Steve and Griff had left the building, we decided to reach out within cell 13, running GhostTube Vox to see if we could get any further information.
What's interesting about this area here is we wanted to come back here to focus on cell 13 because we had an experience here earlier. We didn't know this. We actually ran into the Ouija Brothers, like they were getting some B-roll shots because they're about to leave and end their night. But they had an experience in cell 13 as well. They heard a loud bang in there. And we didn't know this of each other's investigations in this building alone, right? So it's kind of interesting that we both had something happen in this cell. So my name is Amy, this is Jared. If there is somebody around, we would love to talk to you. Can you come up to these lights in my hand or the lights on the floor? Maybe you can say something to us. Maybe you can make another noise, especially in cell 13, maybe this. And maybe if I enter the cell. Is it okay that I'm here?
Do you smell that?
It smells like freaking
Smells
fish
like,
in here.
yeah, it smells like fish in here.
And it didn't earlier. I don't know what that means, if that's paranormal.
It smells like rotting fish in here.
Why does it stink in here?
Ooh, I just heard something out here.
Or do you have a camera out there too?
Can you make that noise again?
It actually smells so foul in here.
Hands, I feel like I'm hearing something. Hang on. That came from the stairwell. Ames, there's someone fucking in here. Listen. It's coming from the stairwell behind the other camera. Do you have a torch of some kind?
Yeah, I do actually.
I swear I was hearing footsteps come from down there.
There was definite movement. You think that was footsteps?
It's hard to tell because it was behind the door, but I was hearing noises coming from this stairwell.
It's funny because that's what Alison and Cag said, that they heard footsteps.
Oh, you know what else I'm smelling right now? Like bad BO.
Ew. Was it you?
No, it's not me.
It's like dirty feet or something. I just want to wait here for just a sec because the noises might start up again now that we're away from it. Do you know what I mean? We don't have a single thing coming through Vox. Zip.
Because we hadn't had any responses via Vox, we decided to mix things up and instead roll on GhostTube SLS and explore a little more, just to see if we could uncover the source of the noises we had been hearing.
Okay. Thank you.
Right guys, I've just started rolling on a LiDAR, so GhostTube SLS using the LiDAR feature. It's looking for people-shaped objects, but it's using the depth sensor of the camera, of the phone. So that's what Amy looks like. I'm just rolling this because we're hearing some weird noises up here. REM pod just went off.
Can you do that again? Is there a tap out there as well?
Yeah, down there. Me walking's not triggering that.
Are you following Jared?
I'm not moving now.
Yeah, that's weird. What about this red light? Can you go to that one in front of this cell?
So the depth is working, so you can see like the bed in this cell here.
So we have just kind of left our other two cameras rolling in that hallway. I think it'll be interesting if anything triggers or happens whilst we're not there. And this is the, wait, this looks different.
The lid's on it now?
This was definitely open before. Maybe the Ouija Brothers moved it?
Ouija Brothers, if you're watching this, please leave a comment if you moved the coffin.
Did you move the coffin? And here we are. We're back now. Did you miss us? Can you give us a sign that you're still here?
I feel like the smell of fish has now wafted. I can smell it here now.
Oh,
Oh
God.
shit. I feel it's weird. It was only in cell 13 and now I'm like, it's out here and now that's going off.
It's almost, yeah.
Has it left? Shit, I should be pointing this camera
Yeah,
at it.
can you see anything?
Oh, I've got goosebumps now all of a sudden too.
Well, it's weird because it's almost like the smell came out and triggered that.
Yeah, the smell came out, triggered that, and I've got goosebumps now too.
Okay.
What the fuck was that?
What is that?
I don't know. What the fuck?
Can you make another noise for us, please? Just to confirm, we want a noise like this. Double, two knocks. Is there someone in there? All right, I'm just going to cut this now. I just want to sit.
Oh, the stench is overpowering.
It's not pleasant. This definitely wasn't here before as well.
I feel like it's definitely stronger, yeah.
It's kind of weird because we've had a few weird things in here, but like when we run Vox, we got nothing. So it's almost like they don't want to talk with that method, maybe.
Can you come into cell 13 with us? Can you come take a seat in here?
With nothing of further interest coming up, we moved on to set up a still GhostTube SLS camera in G-Wing to monitor for activity, while we moved over to F-Wing, where children have been reported. Here, we attempted to conduct an Estes method, but didn't receive a single response, which sometimes happens. So instead, we decided to roll on GhostTube Vox once again, to see if we would have more luck with this method while in a different space.
No luck at all on the Estes up here. It's pretty rare for us to get like zero responses, zero radio signal, but that's happened.
Maybe it's the walls or something.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's blocked everything, or maybe the spirits just don't want to talk. I actually feel like we got the least in this area to begin with. We'll try Vox and we'll see if there's any children around who want to talk to us. Okay, so I'm rolling now. I just want to note we got absolutely nothing on Vox in the other building. We've just got a sound in here, so that's something. But if there are any spirits around you want to talk at all, like, my name is Amy, this is Jared. Travelled a very, very long way to meet you, and I would just love to say hello. Is that something that you can come close to me and say to me?
And it goes quiet.
Yeah, what the heck?
Hank, we do the thing where I grab the phone and I do it and then it starts talking like
It just...
when it happens. As soon as I touch it, technology just works.
It's true, like, I'm so bad with technology, it doesn't like me. It senses my fear. And then I'm like, oh, Jared, my computer's not working. He'll just look at it and it'll start working, and then he'll be like, what are you even talking about?
I'm gonna get down lower because they say that for some weird reason it's kids here, right?
Yeah.
Are there any kids here that want to talk to us? Maybe you can come up to this thing in my hand and touch it. You might be able to make it make some noises.
Maybe you can knock on a wall like this for us. What about like this? Imagine the spirit does that whole tune back.
I shit myself. You're not hearing that?
I think that's the joints of my knees.
What?
The joints in my knees.
Sound visualizer on Vox is even picking up that. I don't understand how that was your knees.
They were grinding. I don't know.
Oh.
Where was it that I thought my hair was pulled? Was it in this room?
Ooh, we finally got something.
Thank you.
I don't know what it said though.
Imposed.
Imposed?
Imposed. Can we have a name, please? My name is Amy and this is Jared. Yeah, well...
I feel like the activity amped up when you started talking about your hair getting pulled.
Yeah, I was just curious. I'm like, where did that happen? Like, what?
Have a lot.
Can you tell me what room to go into? Can you tell me what room to go into? Maybe we just walk into one. I feel like it was one of these here.
One of these ones.
Oh, okay, we're getting responses now.
Could have been this one. I mean, it was... I swear it said master on the wall in the one that you went into with your hair getting pulled. Because I remember seeing something on the wall there.
I think
it was not that shape.
It wasn't on that side, no.
No, it was on this. It was...
I don't think it was the first. What was that?
I just banged my shoulder on the window like that.
Jesus.
Next. It must be further down.
Was it even in here?
Might have been downstairs.
I swear it was up here.
Can you tell us where that room was that we're talking about?
We stayed here for quite some time and did get a few more responses through, but nothing we could make sense of. So we decided to leave one of our cameras upstairs while we ventured back downstairs to look for the cell where I'd earlier thought that something had pulled my hair, as we'd clearly been having trouble locating it upstairs.
Oh yeah, metal, sorry, that's the one. Metal, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I said master, but... Can you tell us about this cell?
I'm really not sure, but it kind of felt like something touched my hair when I entered this cell earlier tonight. If that is so, can you come through and say something that, you know, means something to me and confirm that? Maybe say hair. What?
I just heard what I heard, like kids screaming or crying or something.
Yeah, I heard like, meh.
Yeah.
It was faint, but...
It was loud enough for my ears, it was probably loud enough for this mic.
Okay, is there a child here? Can we help you?
In this moment, both Jared and I thought the noise sounded like a little kid crying out, but on the replay, it seems almost more whistle-like. And from the perspective of the camera we had left upstairs, it sounds more like a freaky bird. As for our GhostTube SLS camera, we did not pick up a single moment of interest, and it felt like the night had truly gone quiet. But I don't think we left the prison empty-handed. My most memorable moments were the cold sensation that kept an attraction to my legs in G-Wing, the name John we received through GhostTube, paired with the sear image of a man, plus the history of a Jonathan having passed away in the prison. Then the appearance of a cat, paired with the word cat, but topping this all off was the phantom smells within cell 13, a rank smell of fish that seemed to move from the cell to trigger our REM pod just outside its door. But we also had a great night investigating with the Ouija Brothers, who you should make sure to subscribe to, but also check out their video from Ashwell Prison, as they'll have a completely different perspective from this one. But if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and a comment, and then check you're subscribed and have all notifications turned on for my channel, as we have so many scary adventures to come, including another episode with the Ouija Brothers at a haunted Gothic school. We also have an incredibly active hotel in the States, and places with ties to the devil. You won't want to miss the next episode on AmysCrypt.
Crypt Keepers, we're right at the end of our night now, and I feel like this place has been very, very curious. The activity has almost gone like this, up and down, to the point where we seemed to like start off strong, things got kind of quiet, and then they kind of came back. And it was interesting because not all of our devices worked very well, but then there were others that just did really well. So it might just be like spirits have a personal preference of what they want to use to communicate with us. I also want to say a massive thank you to the Ouija Brothers for working with us. Those guys are awesome, and definitely go and check out their work, check out their video from here. We did film a couple of segments with them that are unique, so you haven't seen all of the investigation that we did at Ashwell just from watching our video, you've got to go check theirs out as well. I also want to say, hey to Adelaide's Haunted Horizons, they were the ones that recommended this place, and I'm so glad they did because it was a really, really interesting investigation, and I think the types of evidence and what we pulled out was just, again, just curious. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe because that really, really helps me out. If you want to do any more reading about this place, head to my website, AmysCrypt.com. We also post bonus content on my Patreon and my YouTube members that are linked below. And of course, you can follow me on all the social media platforms out there. Go find them, go follow me, subscribe, whatever. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.